Hello everyone, I'm Naman and this is your video regarding your expansion of ideas. The very topic that we are going to talk about today is unity in diversity. Let us start. The term unity in diversity means unity, which is the feeling of oneness in variety. This term was first quoted by our first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Here, when he quoted the term unity in diversity, what he meant was unity without uniformity and diversity without the fragmentations. It is well known to everyone that the phrase of unity in diversity is practiced in our country till the T, irrespective of the various caste, creed, color, gender, sect, ethnicities, etc. In the article written by Mr. Sharma in the month of April in Foreign Affairs, he was quoted as saying, "At the time when the democracies of the world are in retreat, it is only India that is still thriving and shining like a bright star." And rightly so, because it is only in our country, India, that our Hindu brothers are going beyond their lens to help our Muslim brothers in the name of supporting them with providing them the places for their namaz during the month of Eid, or by providing the iftar while during in the months of Ramazan. Here they prove to the solid effect that it is only India where the saying of Vividhata mein ekta, which is the actual translation of unity in diversity, is practiced, and practiced how? We can surely agree that there are 20 to 30% people, those who believe in the ideas of ethnocentrism, or those who are fanatics regarding their religion. But one ought not to forget that this 20 and 30% people do not make the entire of India. Rather, they do not even have the power to control it. Hence, when we say the word secularism, we practice it to the T. When we say the word democracy, we practice it to the T. And hence, for the entire world, we have become an icon to aspire for. Because every day we open the newspapers and we see that the world is fighting in the name of blacks and white, haves and have-nots, the church and state, between Roman Catholics and Protestants, and we as Indians are living in a very peaceful life. Indonesia, which ranks first, having the highest Muslim population, even those who live there look up to India in the times of crisis. It is always the international world that looks up to us, because they know we do not come from the land of democracy itself, but we come from the land of Buddha. We, in certain senses, have become like a salad bowl which has all the colors. Call it the saffron, call it the white, call it the green. But our seasoning is always the common salt of humanity. Hence, for the entire world, we are a reason, we are an explanation to all the questions that they put forth in front of us. There are plethora of examples that prove the same. Few of those includes a temple in the district of Jodhpur, which from the last 500 years have their priest as a Muslim man who worships goddess Durga. Another example in this parallel track would be of a pregnant woman named Noorjahan Sheikh. She was someone who has delivered her baby in a Ganesh temple in Wadala, Mumbai, and after the birth has named her child as the Lord Ganesh himself, proving that there is no religion bigger than the religion of humanity. There is no teaching bigger than the teachings of peace, calm, prosperity, growth, development, and whatnot. Another study by a professor at Columbia University, USA, has said the same thing. He says, India's democracy is not perfect. Rather, it's far from it. But still, it shines as a beacon light when the world is going darker and darker day by day. When the entire world proves our mettle, why shouldn't we believe that unity in diversity is not just a quote, is not just a phrase in our country, but is actually the practice that we have done over years and years and have succeeded in it. Another extract from the writings of Mr. Shashi Tharoor, who is an MP from the state of Thiruvananthapuram in the year of 2004, caught the limelight when he wrote, "India is a country where a Roman Catholic lady steps down to give her post to a Sikh man, who indeed takes the oath from a Muslim man of a country with 81% population of Hindus. It sure is a sight that would capture the vision, the eyeballs of the entire world and their imagination. Indeed, India has never been truer to itself than practicing the feelings of diversity in itself. Although I will also agree that there are certain people, certain anti-lunatics or anti-fanatics or ethnocentric people, those who will go against this, those who are there sitting just to bake their bread from the violence of community, of physical violence, of assault done on one another. In the recent times, we can very clearly see India is depicting a very different picture. There is no denying in that. But one ought not to forget that the government is supposed to make policies. It can be true, it cannot be true. Hence, there is a provision for amendments in it. But there are certain politicians, certain people, certain clergymen, certain priests, and the most biggest of all, the media houses. Those, in order to gain the most TRP in the world, are trying to put all the namak, mirch and masala into it and creating the ruckus that we today feel and suffer. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not creating the picture that India has created over the past decades. Hence, it is time to step back and think once again that we do not need to give power to these people. Rather, we should penalize them. Because we come from the land of Buddha and Gandhi. We come from the land where humanity is the supreme religion rather than Hinduism or Muslim or Buddhism or any XYZ. We come from a land where growth is the factor we cast our vote on, not on the basis of our religion, where development is not just a promise or a lollipop that is put forth in the front of people, but it is actually what they do, the kind of work they have done over the past years that gets them elected. Hence, we really need to check and step back and remember that ours is a country which has always been a beacon light, a light of hope for the entire world to look upon and to see. On a concluding note, I would like to end this with an extract from the interview of Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, who is a Pathan Muslim, is married to a Sikh Hindu wife, that is Mrs. Gauri Khan, and their kids are named Aryan and Suhana. Hence, once in an interview he was asked what is the religion that he and his family practices, and he replied with all his wits that at the end of the day, I believe we are all humans, and hence that is the only religion I teach my children to practice, and I believe that that is the only religion that my country has given to me, rather than being an Islamist and rather than being a Hindu person. Here, in this small sentence, he has given the essence of life. He has very clearly mentioned that it is always humanity, it is always the feeling of love, warmth, affection that triumphs, because our blood are same, our teachings are same, our messages are same, our happiness and sorrows are all the same thing. The only way we are different is by the mindset that is trying to be inculcated by the media houses, by the politicians, by certain lunatics who think that it is always a community that triumphs. They have forgotten, ladies and gentlemen, that it is always humanity that triumphs at the end of the day. Hence, on a concluding note, I would just like to end this with the lines of Mr. Vinay Mahajan, who said, मंदिर मस्जिद गिरजा घर ने बांट दिया भगवान को, धरती बाटी सागर बाटा, मत बांटो इंसान को, मत बांटो इंसान को. Thank you so much.